As I'm preparing to record our second ritual for the YouTube channel, it occurs to me that now is a good time to talk about our OSC ritual format and how it might be different from other traditions. Today I'll be talking about the OSC solitary and small group ritual format. If you're in one of our full groves, the rituals tend to be a bit more ceremonial and elaborate. All OSC rituals should take place within a stone circle. This can be as simple as placing a small or large stone in each of the four quarters, each of the directions, east, south, west, and north. And if you like, you can add additional stones in between. One option is to use river stones that you can buy at craft stores, like the ones you see along the top of the altar here. Small stones like this. These stones on the altar are just for decoration and are optional. For rituals, you want to have an outer circle of stones around your working. I have some small river stones placed out in my yard here, but they're too small to see with the camera right now. Ideally, I want to find or buy some fist-sized stones. Since I live in the city, larger stones are harder to come by naturally. Druid rituals are often different from rituals for other paths like Wicca. In Wicca, circles are created as containers for the energy of the work being done. In Druid rituals, you're basically creating boundaries where the ritual will take place. Within OSC, our circle is also meant to take those participating out of regular time and space to a place or another plane of existence where we have a better connection to the deities, ancestors, and nature spirits, as well as other druids who use stone circles in their workings, whether these druids be past, present, or even future. Within Wicca and many other pagan paths, it's taboo to cross the circle once it's cast. Within Druidry and within OSC, you can cross the circle quietly, and you might use either a natural portal between the stones or create one to enter or to exit the circle. Each of the quarters or directions of the circle relate to a specific element and include other symbolism. East is the direction of air and is associated with the hawk of dawn, the sword of Nuada, or the sword Excalibur. Incense and feathers and other things associated with air might be placed in this direction. South is the direction of fire, the stag of 7 tines, the spear of Lu, or the spear of destiny. Candles and other things that relate to fire might be placed in this direction. West is the direction of water, the salmon of wisdom, the cauldron of Dagda, or the Holy Grail. Bowls of water, seashells, and other things related to water might be placed in this direction. North is the direction of earth, the bear of the starry skies, the stone of fall, or the sword in the stone. Stones, bowls of salt, and other things related to earth might be placed in this quarter. The altar is generally placed in the north of the circle. It can be decorated based on the season or the ritual being performed. At the center of the table are 3 candles representing the Druid concept of alum or inspiration. So the 3 candles are behind the offerings here. The right candle represents the solar current of the sun above and masculine principles. The left candle represents the telluric current of the earth and feminine principles. The center candle represents the lunar current of the moon and androgynous energies, or the other, who isn't entirely masculine or feminine. On the right side of the altar is a sprig of mistletoe. On the left side of the altar are some oak leaves and acorns. Mistletoe and oak are highly sacred to the Druids. On the altar today, we also have offerings. We make offerings to the deities, the ancestors, and the nature spirits. Today I have traditional offerings of milk and honey. So the milk is in the top and the honey is settled down on the bottom there. But you can use whatever offerings you feel appropriate, including incense, libations of alcohol, honey cakes, and so on. At the beginning of the ritual, we give a short introduction to the current season or the holy day, and then we call the four quarters. Then we might make a seasonal invocation or cite one of the Druid mysteries. Offerings are given, then we take the omen. This uses a divination technique. Often we use Druid OM sticks, but tarot cards, runes, and other forms of divination are permissible. And before we close the circle, everyone present recites the Druid's prayer. Finally, the circle is closed by declaring peace in each of the four directions. And that's basically the OSC solitary ritual format. Thank you.